Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through page 18 of our Steam Journey build on Rolife. Got our little station representation there. I think it's a nice little detail to have behind the setup. Got our little our passenger car. Got a few little, got some benches and seats in there, and the door does open on our back. I can't get my finger in there to open it. There we go. I promise it opens. There it goes. It likes staying closed though. And we got our locomotive here. Got the base platform ready to roll, and then our tank. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Basically have a good time and upload daily and just try and get these projects done reasonably fast. No, we're not changing the world here, we're just building silly little models, so I think it's just a bit of fun. If you've seen any kits you'd like to see me take a shot at, feel free to drop them in the comments. I keep telling y'all, you seem to have really good taste, so I'm up to give a try on most everyone that y'all have suggested. But without any further ado, we're ready for page 19, so let's get those pieces out and get rolling on this thing. I think it's going to be a fairly quick build today, but I've thought that before and been wrong. But we'll get going with our stuff and find out once we get there. Alright, so we're starting off with our little adhesive dots. Let's put some on those and some on the back of these guys. So, and actually it looks like I missed one. Yeah, B21. These things have a way of blending in on me, so I don't. D. Yep, right there in the middle too. Thought I'd scanned everything and thought they were all empty, except for the spares. Okay, let's do a little bit of sanding and painting right off the get-go. Let's move you out. Move you out. And been using my big markers on this one. The small brush ones are really good for intricate details, but as far as coloring the sides in, I'm deciding these big brushes are the way to go, or the big markers rather. The coverage is so much better, just boom, right there. Excuse me. Now, onto this. Get these guys all flipped over. Okay, and I see the little dots go on each one of these. And in the instruction manual, the dots are much smaller than these, and they're not in real life. Oh, come here. Yeah, I forgot to put Snoopy on again. Here he goes. Whoop. Oh. Come back here. I saw where that one landed because I never would have found it on my lack of organization desk here. Workbench, whatever. Somebody asked to see it the other day. I've got to spend like 6 hours cleaning and organizing before I show it to anybody. Just too much clutter. It's not exactly dirty, it's just I'll clean it up later and stack it off to the side. think I'm going to try these with the tweezers because these are tiny. That seemed to work better. I think. No, wait a second. I do have some glue on that to go on that one too. Okay. For some reason. Okay, so this goes. Oh yeah, okay, that's the bells. Okay, I thought I was trying to figure out what that what that was. Okay, they're just gluing it in place back here rather than having forms for it. So. Alright. Now, it's got all these little pinholes, and that's where we're supposed to be sticking these pieces we just made. So it shows. Okay. The next trick is going to be to peel that backing off. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. A little crooked on that, but I'm not surprised to do that. And this one, no, this is the one for. Okay. Okay. Repeat on the back side. Okay, now you. I gotta say, as long as it's taking to put these on, this may not be a quick build today. Not separating. I think yeah, there it goes, maybe. Sort of, kind of. Now. Alright. And then this guy. Right up top there, no texture or anything on it, just right. Now, what was there? Okay. So, these guys. And that arrow here going this way. And do this into that slot. And that one. And this guy. Well, somehow I put this on backwards because this is supposed to be over there, but everything else should be. Okay. I had to put something on backwards. I couldn't fix it, didn't I? Let's see. Should go. So I'm sure this is gonna mess me up in the long run, but we'll see what it's supposed to connect to. Go from there. And then this guy. Oops, okay, so we got these three to these three. From the bottom, it looks like, yeah. Okay. And then we got our. We go these two to there, the front ones to there. Okay, yeah, that's where I messed up. This thing is supposed to hook up to that thing. So I'm not sure how I got that backwards, but I did. So we'll just have to live with it. I can probably make something work with it. Let's ease that back out. Okay, so thank you. Get some velocity on that one. Okay. And get you B7000 out and just do dot in there. Drop you in. And put a dot on this end. Okay, and it's staying pretty good, but let me get a little shim in there to hold that up so it bonds with the front. I think the top will stay in place. Just like they just sort of do a little support there to make sure it stays in contact, since I'm doing it the hard way. Okay. And looks like we're going to continue to work right around that area, so let's get our next batch of pieces out. Got all the goodies. I'm going to do some prep work on everything else before I start messing with the train body proper, just to give that glue a little bit of time to get tacky. So, start on the cabin first, I think. Or cab, not cabin. Okay, so these guys go. Everywhere on here. One slightly longer set goes here. Handles, arm rails, whatever you want to call them here. Do on both sides. And I did the wrong side on this one because it's got the details over there, so flip them. So we definitely want to have them mirroring each other, not the same. And come you and you. These guys. And there's our cold feed. Yep. Oh, I just realized I was supposed to do something else before I put those handles on, but we'll come back to that. And we got our seats. So let's see here. Just a different one goes here. I think these are the parts that actually go on the body to start with. So I'll set them for another few seconds and go back to this one more time. Okay. I always found this kind of sticker really cool. If you can get the backing to peel, it's really cool anyway. Yeah, there it goes. The foil stays on there. Hard to find the lines through the reflection, but I think that's good. Rub it down real good. In theory, peel it up and the gold stays down. Most of the time. Most of it did anyway. Alright. That's a really nice effect. Okay. Love it. pretty close to the lines I'm supposed to hit too. I guess I could. I think you sort of see that outline there that you're supposed to be hitting with the corners of this. So. Looks like I got left it hanging over the edge here, so that should hopefully make it easier this time. Tried to come up again, but it did stay. So that's good. Alright. And now, oh, handles again. And I've got a spare one left over to decorate my toolbox with. Okay. I think I've given this, should be fairly stable by now, so let's start installing pieces on here. Where are we going? Where are we going? Okay, so we take and this guy, and we want that angle, I want 39. 41, and line this straight through there. Go into that one. And it goes into these two notches on that steam line. Well, my shim came out, but it appears to be stabilized. Okay, hopefully it's dry enough to stay in place. Yeah, same thing over here. Got this one because we want that stair step effect right there, so it sort of clamps that line down when you put it in. Yeah, there we go. Lined up right nice on those. Love it. Okay, now, oh, and then got these two. I didn't paint that one. Well, the end of it I didn't. Okay, the part that's gonna be most visible. It goes on top of that bit. You, I think you're gonna clamp them all down. They'll stack right there. And I just saw that I didn't paint the top of those things, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to force myself not to look at it. No. piece goes into there. Whole chair goes over here. The bench goes here on the other side. Okay. Now, let's get our sides on. Missed a couple more spots. I think I can get in there with the brush. And up here, some of them could not do it. Down here. Let's give it a little bit of an effort on it. Yeah, okay. Alright. Since I'm doing this beforehand, maybe. Okay. Almost step there. There we go. All right. Finally, well, I guess that's okay. That's page 20. We've actually done 2 pages. Okay, doing better than I thought it was. Okay. So ready for next page. A little wider. But there's view the whole thing. It's really working out good. And let's see here. Got these guys somewhat organized. Okay. So you guys go in. Alright. And then this guy on the top of it. And you're going to be showing up the back, so I'm guessing wrong on all where I think these things are going to be. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so that it's installed right here. Then this guy, that upside down, of course. I think, yep. And go in down to those spots and to here. Well, I was expecting that to put up a lot more of a fight, but it jumped right in. That's nice. Cool. Now, our roof. Well, you go. These guys go in here. Over the top of those. We got our little ventilation, I think is what that's for. Be my guess, is what it looks like. Oh, I forgot. My tail lights, or whatever you want to call these. Go in. Like so. Now, okay. Around to the side. And there it goes. Oh, roof focus intact. And that concludes 21. So, to the side again, bring up 22. Okay. Now, this guy. Get some gold along the edges. Look. There. Get around. Again. Okay. Now, drop this guy down into the front notch here. Yep, facing that way. I did that right. Worried about that after the fact. Now, some. Nope. This one first. Yeah. Okay, get 5 of our pins through there. They're fairly loose on this. I don't think there's any. Oh, there is. Well, I guess they are supposed to go in. On first, then. Yeah, there's holes back there for these. Okay. So pop you in place. Knock my little pipe out of the way there just a second ago. Now. Okay. last one didn't feel like it was all the way in, but I think it might be. Alright. Goes in. Okay. Now I take her front bit, drop you down. Make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. And these guys go in vertically. And these guys those front. Ooh. Horizontal like. So, okay. Harder and harder to find places to grip it so you can push against this thing. Alright. Those guys installed. Excellent. And that's 22 and 23, which I think sticker sheet is empty, so I'm done with that. 23, which is actually, yeah, this is the last page. Cool. Last assembly page anyway. Okay. So, to there, to here. I don't break anything doing that. We don't jiggle it all the way in. Got our, okay. These guys go in here. I think I might be. Yep, that's another move. Since I flipped that piece, I don't have. There's no holes back there. So I'm going to have to shorten those and glue them in to make that work. Okay. Fortunately, I've already seen how to do that today. So. Alright. More of those inevitable mistakes I usually make. Okay, so drop a couple of drops there and there. Plop you guys in. And as long as nobody ever watches this video, they'll know. Nobody will ever know. And this guy goes on. Whoop. I need glue for it too, since I'm put a bit right there. Now I gotta line them up and get them to cooperate. Okay, there it went. And should be able to line up right down the middle with that. Yeah, that's still lined up in the middle, so I don't have to worry about shortening it up. Put you on. And that to lock it in place. Alright, and that completes the locomotive assembly. Get all my goodies out of the way here. Widen the shot out and take a good look at this bad boy. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the results. I think this is one of those sets that coloring the edges in really makes a difference, because like I say, just right there, that brown really pops out, and I think that would really remove it from the. If you had those brown lines everywhere, it would really remove the illusion, I think. Still missed a spot here and there, but still, I say that it soaked up pretty good, so it didn't make it as dark as that side, but still, I think I did that side. Yeah, I think it's too dark for it not to have been colored in, but that's it sort of gives. It's just begging for more, though. Maybe I didn't hit that side. Yeah, I think I must have missed that side. That's a little bit too much difference. Got back here though, so I think I did. Okay, maybe it seems like it's absorbing in pretty good, so maybe I didn't. But, okay, but like I said, I'm really glad I've started with the whole coloring the edges in thing. As I think that just really helps with the immersion. And let's get all our goodies out so we can get it assembled. Station in place. Train hopefully on the tracks. Okay, so it's not in line. Not quite. Doesn't quite seat in without a little bit of help on that one. Seems like the back one does okay. Yeah, that seems to be in place now. Get the unhooked. When you hook up like that, gotta go. Okay, hooked in. Did you see it in? I think yeah, that's in. Let's see if I can tilt it. I think it's too top heavy to do this with, but I'm going to brace it in the back. There we go. Really good looking outcome, I think. I've had this sitting around for a couple of months. I'm glad I finally got around to it. So I'll put it on backwards. That might be my problem. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Look up this way. I still gotta pick it up to get it into the hook. Okay, now. Really tight quarters there, but I think it's a really good looking kit. Reasonably priced too. I think it was about $30, and it even had a little coupon on it the last time I looked at it. So I gotta recommend this one for a pickup. It looks good in the end. Fun build, relatively cheap, for a Rolife kit anyway. So I think I'm pleased with how it come out. Now let's see, where did I put my? Since you've made it this far and stuck with me, I have got my next one. Gonna go back to the old book nooks starting up tomorrow. And this is absolutely not a Lord of the Rings book nook. It is the Spirit Valley of the Magic Ring. Just totally ignore the one ring to rule them all on the the silver chain up there across the top. I saw this one. I liked it because there's the long, the landscape goes all the way back. You see the dark lands back there, and the elven village here, and the waterfall down there. I thought that was a really cool thing. Just totally ignore that down there. But I thought, seemed like it was going to be a fun little build. And I don't know if this one has 227 pieces, so relatively small for a book nook. Doesn't have a difficulty rating, and this is another one of those sort of non-branded. Actually, it is 2.5 stars, so it should be a simple one. 2 to 4 hours, it says. Of course, that's not including me coloring in the sides like I tend to do. But this, like I say, I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I don't think I've done many that have this scale. Everything's always been the larger scale, not larger, but bigger scale where you'll see individual pieces rather than whole buildings. I think I've done a couple with the whole buildings thing, but this is I'm looking forward to this one. I am a fan of the Lord of the Rings, even though this isn't a Lord of the Rings set. So I think it'll be fun to build and see how that all comes together. But like I said, that's tomorrow. Here's tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time.